Justice for Jai OPETAIA is now needed. He will be fighting on the UFC Fight Pass this weekend against Sin Cara. Deal with DAZN is off. Tasman fighters are absolutely ruining him now. Yeah. Justice for Jai OPETAIA. He needs to be back on DAZN. Contracts are running out for him, and it looks like Tasman fighters are just wanting to keep him hidden in Australia, so that way absolutely nobody knows about him, and so also that way he cannot unify the titles at cruiserweight. And will probably not even be allowed to move up to heavyweight either as well. I've been calling for him to move up to heavyweight for ages and just scrap unification at cruiserweight, but it just doesn't look like it's going to happen. Right, next for Jai OPETAIA, it needs to be unification. After he destroys Sin Cara, it needs to be unification, or let him leave, or just let him leave his leash and move him up to bloody heavyweight. Let him free. Justice for Jai OPETAIA. Let him leave his leash and let him free. That's what's got to happen because he can't be tied down fighting mandatory after mandatory. I mean, guys who he's not even ordered to fight, guys who he doesn't even need to fight. This Sin Cara fight doesn't even need to happen. That Claudio Squia fight didn't even need to happen. We need him in proper big money fights. This just isn't it. This Sin Cara fight on the UFC Fight Pass, not even a boxing platform. So boxing fans will be looking everywhere and everywhere and everywhere and won't be able to find Jai OPETAIA, the IBF Cruiserweight Champion of the World fight. One of the most entertaining boxers right now in the sport. People won't be able to see him fight. It's absolutely shocking. Shocking. How many subscriptions do people expect boxing fans to get? Like, everyone's signing up to DAZN. Should that not be enough? There's many guys in America sign up to ESPN, Sky Sports, UK, even though, I mean, actually boxing have scrapped Sky Sports. I mean, in the UK, it's basically DAZN, but now we're having to watch a Jai OPETAIA fight on the UFC Fight Pass. Why? Why? They're not even it's not even a boxing platform. It's a disgrace that the cruiserweight world champion is being tied down to all this nonsense. Um, he needs proper big fights, but it looks like he's just being hidden away fighting in Australia. That's what's happening now. For some reason he's not fighting on Saudi cards anymore for one reason or another. I don't know, but he's not fighting on Saudi cards anymore. Turki Al-Sheikh needs to call them back up. Why wouldn't he want Jai OPETAIA on the card? He's delivered every single bloody time. Zorro fight, won in the first round, easy. That fight with Breeders in the rematch, very good fight, where he was tested properly in those later rounds. Had to dig deep, won the fight. I don't see why he's not getting more opportunities like that and why the Zerda Ramirez fight is being pushed for more. And I don't even think it's Jai OPETAIA's fault. I think Zerda Ramirez, whatever he's doing, I don't know. But I don't think he wants it as much as Jai does. At the end of the day, I don't. Badu Jack's fighting Noel Micklin in a rematch, and after that, he'll probably retire. Badu Jack, he probably will retire. If Noel Micklin wins, that's probably best, and then we could just see that fight back again. Probably going to be difficult to make. Jai's tied down with Tasman fighters, and it looks like everything's expiring with Matchroom for him now. Looks like everything's expiring with Matchroom. If it wasn't, he'd be fighting on bloody DAZN this weekend, but he's not. So justice is needed for Jai OPETAIA once again because he's being tied down and just being made to fight in pointless fights in Australia. No one asked to see Jai OPETAIA fight Sin Cara this weekend. No one asked to see that. We were expecting to see OPETAIA and Zerda Ramirez this weekend, and it looks like not this weekend, this year, sorry, but before 2026. But it looks like we're further away from that fight than ever before. It does. We're far away from a unification fight for Jai. You know, after this, if he still stays at cruiserweight, I doubt it will be OPETAIA versus Zerdo next. I highly doubt it. He needs to move up to heavyweight after this. He needs to be trying to make decisions more for himself now, because we've seen him, you know, in too many pointless fights. You know, he's been levels above all these guys who he's been fighting. You know, Jordan Thompson, Ellis Zorro, Jack Massey, Claudio Squio, you know, David Nyka. You know, he's been levels above every single one of these guys who he's been up against. Levels above them all. There's not enough competition in the cruiserweight division, but yet, you know, he's still being put in these fights, which he just doesn't need to do. Other than Breedis, it's like, what are we like? What's the plan with him? Like, yeah, that was the only fight that made sense for him. But now it's like, there's the Zerda one. There's another unification one with Badu Jack or Nomic, and then nothing's being fought for here. You know, he needs to be making more decisions because his resume is being held back a lot. And, you know, no one's ever questioned the ability of Jaya Patea. No one ever has. People question the resume of Jaya Patea because it's not even. It's probably not even him. It's just his. It's just the people around him. Tasman fighters, Tasman promotions, whatever they're called, holding him back. He's just being held back to fight in Australia. How many homecomings does he want? I bet he doesn't want this fight. He wants to be moving on, you know, fighting for world titles. But all I say is, scrap cruiserweight now after this fight. Scrap it. Who cares? We don't need to see him fight anybody else after this. Because let's be real, the Zerlo fight won't happen. He's not fighting Badu Jack or Noel Mickler. Not gonna happen. So move up to heavyweight. But again, he's going to be held back from it though. It's so obvious. But justice for Jaya Patea is needed right away.